I am honored to address this Congress, which unites the youth of Africa and the Arab world in a powerful platform for dialogue, solidarity, and action. This is a platform where the voices, ideas, and aspirations of the young people converge to shape the future. It is a forum for solidarity, bringing together two regions with historic cultural and trade ties going back into centuries. It is a platform for innovation, amplifying youth voices in technology, climate action, governance, and entrepreneurship. Your Excellency, this forum is a bridge for collaboration, linking Africa and the Arab world to co-create solutions for peace, prosperity, and shared growth. Africa and the Arab world are the youngest regions on earth, with more than 65% of our population below the age of 35. We are living not just with a demographic reality, but with a generational opportunity with huge dividends if well harnessed. Young people are already driving digital innovation from fintech startups in Nairobi to AI solutions in Dubai. They are leading climate justice movements, championing renewable energy in Egypt, Morocco, and Kenya. Youths are strengthening cultural diplomacy through music, film, and art in South Africa, Uganda, Qatar, and Lebanon. They are building social enterprises that offer new solutions to unemployment and inequality in Algeria, Nigeria, Tanzania, and everywhere else. This is proof that the youth are not leaders of tomorrow. They are change makers of today. Kenya is proud to play a role in the Afro-Arab Youth Council. We are honored to host the Regional Coordinator's Office in Eastern Africa. And Kenya being trusted as the custodian and overseer of the Council. We see this not just a recognition, but a responsibility to ensure that this platform delivers tangible outcomes. Kenya commits to strengthening partnerships that empower youth through training, mentorship, and financing, promoting innovation ecosystems where startups can thrive and expand across Afro-Arab markets, expanding educational and cultural exchanges for our youth to learn, collaborate, and lead together, and championing youth voices in regional, continental, and global decision-making. Your Excellency, Africa and the Arab world share deep bonds of history. Our ancestors crossed the Indian Ocean and the Sahara Desert many centuries ago, trading goods, ideas, and cultures. Today, this Congress must chart the next chapter for the Afro-Arab solidarity. In peace and security, youth must be partners in conflict resolution, peace building, and countering violence and extremism. In matters economy and trade, the Afro-Arab collaboration should expand markets, create jobs, and lock investments for young entrepreneurs. In climate sustainability, the youth must lead innovation in renewable energy, green economy, sustainable agriculture, and digital transformation. To the youth, this is your moment. Be bold in your imagination, be fearless in your action, and be united in your purpose. The world is watching Africa and the Arab world. The future of our two regions depends not on what is done for the youth, but what is done by the youth. The Afro-Arab Youth Congress is not an end in itself, but the beginning of the transformation of Africa and the Middle East. Let us live here not just with declarations, but with commitments. Not with speeches, but with strategies. Not just with dreams, but with resolve. Together, let us build a future where the Afro-Arab youth are not waiting for opportunities, but creating those opportunities. Not seeking to be included, but pushing for inclusivity. Not divided by history, but united by destiny. The future is not promised, it is created. It will be created by the hands, the hearts, and the minds that are present in this room. Let it be that in Kampala in 2025, the Afro-Arab youth stood together, chose courage over fear, unity over division, and built a destiny greater than anything that previous generations had expected. The torch is in your hands, the youth of Africa and the Arab world. Lift it high, carry it forward, and light the way for future generations. May God bless the youth of Africa and the Arab world. May God bless our shared destiny. Thank you and God bless you.
We have got a lot of potential, but the problem is some confusion. Now here, ideological obstacle number one is ideological orientation. Confusion about what is important. And the Arab world is really affected seriously by it. Even here in Africa, that was the problem. Uganda had become a failed state because of that. The question is, what is the most important? When you talk of politics, when I went to Khartoum to Bashir, there were people in the hall in Khartoum. And I said, you people, what is the most important? Hawiya or Maslaha? These Arabs know the difference between Hawiya and Maslaha. What they call Hawiya is identity. Identity, tribe, or religion. What is more important? Is it Hawiya or Maslaha? Now, some of these people, identity or interests. Some of the people have been saying Hawiya is more important. I am Sunni, I am Shia, I am Arab, I am African. That's how Sudan was destroyed. Sudan was destroyed by the politics of identity. Here in Uganda, we had the same problems. That's why Uganda had failed. We had the politics of tribes, of religion. Catholics, Protestants, Muslims, tribes, and so on. Until we came and we said, no, for us, we are for the politics of interests. Me, I am a wealth creator. I am not a parasite. I don't live by on anybody. I live on my sweat. I am a cattle keeper. What I want from any of you, if you can, buy my milk. Buy my beef. Buy my bananas. Otherwise, what else do I need from you? So don't come to me to tell me that we are the same Hawiya. I'm not interested in Hawiya, just Hawiya. Hawija is like tribe, identity. What I want to know from you, are you going to buy my meal? Yes, we can share other things. We can share language, we can share other things, but not make me forget prosperity. Prosperity. Where does prosperity come from? It comes from producing a good or a service and selling it. If I do that today and tomorrow, I become prosperous. How will you get prosperity if you don't work on the issue of the market?
Viva, all young women in the room, viva! Viva! Thank you for giving us this platform. Across Africa and the Arab world, young people are not waiting for peace to be delivered. We are defining what peace looks like, not through declarations, but through daily acts of courage, rebuilding communities, mediating local disputes, and transforming trauma into collective healing. But the path is not easy. Conflict continues to rob our generation of its promise. Today, over 116 million people across Africa and the Middle East need humanitarian assistance due to conflict, and nearly half of them are under the age of 25. According to the UN, armed conflict is the single largest driver of youth displacement, with more than 40 million young people living in fragile or conflicted affected states. And yet the same young people are the first to organize dialogue after violence, and the first to reopen classrooms when schools are destroyed, and the first to say, this must end. The measure of success will not be how often the youth are consulted, but how deeply their ideas reshape the peace architecture itself. Because peace is not just a summit outcome. It is a lived experience, and youth are living it every single day.